What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at an awesome team made by one of my patrons, Zerfelro. So shout out to him. Thank you for making this team for us. And the patron community has been crushing it with this team. I myself have been running it all weekend, and it has been so much fun. We got Golbat, Greninja, and Empoleon. Empoleon is going to be our safe swap there because of Drill Peck, and then Golbat. If you have a Shadow one, go ahead and use that, but I don't have one, so I'm using normal. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles, and let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, getting into this first battle. This is going to be all over the place when it comes to ranks because I've been using this team Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a Hypno on the lead, obviously a bad lead for us, so we're going to go ahead and go straight into that Empoleon, start getting ahead on energy. We now have a Toxicroak come in. So we already have two hard counters to our team, but what we're hoping on is that the Toxicroak is going to be the hardest counter to the Greninja, and we're going to look for a sweep late game. Now, they decided to throw their energy right here, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm going to come in and hard farm with Golbat pretty much because the moves from Toxicroak are all going to be resisted. The Mud Bomb, Sludge Bomb, Dynamic Punch, all resisted because of our typing right here. So we're just going to load up on energy. Plus, when it comes to Golbat versus Hypno, when you come back into that matchup with loaded energy, you have Shadow Ball, which is going to be doing super effective damage. So we're going to go ahead and just farm down. I'm expecting the Hypno to come back in, but what we see is a water-type Pokemon. I didn't catch what it was, but I think we still have a nice win condition here. So it's going to be a Blastoise. That's perfectly fine with me. We landed the Shadow Ball. We can now go for a Poison Fang. And our win con, because we have Greninja, and you guys can see the moveset on the side, we have Night Slash, which does do super effective damage. And we're going to keep all of our shields for our Greninja. We also got a shield there from Blastoise, which is beautiful. Golbat can go down right here, and you guys are going to witness in today's video so many Greninja sweeps. That's what's amazing with Greninja. So we're just going to go ahead and basically shield the Thunder Punch, right, and then go for double Night Slash. When it comes to Greninja and Empoleon, typically what I found is that there isn't too often two hard counters to these Pokemon in the back, and if there is, we can sometimes manage it. You guys will see like a double Grass line today in the back as well. We also get quite a few boosts. Night Slash has a low chance to proc a boost, and when it procs, my goodness, it is so satisfying. So we take out the Hypno right there, and that is basically going to be a good game. First game of Greninja sweep, and a lot more to come. Honestly, this team is incredibly fun to use. So we're just going to go ahead and shield up, farm down, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Let the Greninja sweeps begin. We got a full video for you guys today of amazing Greninja sweeps. So we got Golbat now in the lead versus Bronzong. Again, another bad lead because of confusion. We're going to go straight into Empoleon right here, and we get hard countered with an Escavalier. Now we're going to go ahead and go for Hydro Cannon. Both Hydro Cannon and Drill Peck do neutral damage in this matchup, so Hydro Cannon is going to do a bit more. We get a shield as well, which is fantastic. And this is similar to the setup where we had last game with the Toxicroak on the lead, where Golbat can now come back into this matchup and easily not have to shield, and we can fully farm down and have a Shadow Ball ready for the Bronzong. And then hopefully this is the only counter user in the back. I don't imagine there will be a Charmer with this team. Could be wrong, but we'll have to see. So we're going to go ahead and not shield again. We're going to try our best to be able to commit to the farm down right here. They're definitely energy dry, so hopefully we can fully farm down, which we can. That's beautiful. Bronzong comes back in. We're basically just going straight Shadow Ball. So Bronzong does come back in. This does super effective damage, right? That's psychic typing, and then we're going to swap straight, and we land it. That's beautiful. We swap straight into Greninja, and notice how they're not swapping out. We have a really nice win con right here. They might be extremely weak to Greninja in the back, so we're just going to go ahead and throw this Night Slash, force that shield from our opponent, and then we will shield this charge move. Bulldoze is still going to do a lot of neutral damage. So yeah, we just go ahead and shield that up. Farm down, we see that the last Pokemon is actually Alolan Sandslash. So very surprised right here that they are running a triple steel team. All the power to them, but that's pretty risky in this meta. So hopefully we can get to Night Slash right here, which we do. Take out the Alolan Sandslash and then bubble down the Bronzong, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Again, the strategy with this team, I probably should have talked about at the beginning of the video, but hopefully you're still around. The strategy with this team is if you have a losing or a neutral matchup on the lead and you think there might be a counter to Greninja and Empoleon in the back, like in this case, I'm going to swap out. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out into Empoleon right here. because I think there might be a counter to them in the back. Now, they're deciding to stay in, which tells me actually my backline might be pretty strong. I'm also not going to shield this power-up punch. It does do a decent amount of damage, but I should be able to get shield advantage right here, and then come back in and farm down with Golbat, and then be more set up with the Greninja to shield late game. So we do get a shield right there, which definitely tells me they are weak to Empoleon, which hopefully they are then weak to Greninja in the back. So we're going to go ahead and bring in that Golbat. Again, not necessarily having to give up a shield. They don't have enough energy to really threaten us with the charge move. So this is probably just another power-up punch right here, which is double or maybe triple resisted. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Now, we do see a swap into Flygon. So this is a very interesting Pokemon in this meta. We're just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball right here, expecting them probably to no-shield, which they do. And then we come straight in with the Greninja. But Dragon Tails, my goodness, are absolutely ripping me apart. I obviously have to shield this charge move. Dragon Claw is going to do a lot of damage, but we can farm down. We almost have a Night Slash. Mawile is low, and the final Pokemon is going to be a Shadow Dragonite. This is absolutely deadly. So we're going to go ahead and go for Night Slash, obviously, for the neutral damage right here. We do get the shield as well, and we get the boost. 1 HP in a dream. We get another Night Slash. That's actually probably like 5 HP in a dream, but still, we're low. Night Slash, boom! Neutral damage takes out the Dragonite and farms down the Mawile. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving into this next one, we got Golbat on the lead versus Drifblim. I should be swapping out right away, but in hindsight, I can survive an Icy Wind, and I want to try to get this Shadow Ball off so that I get myself shield advantage, because if they do come in with a counter, like a Grass-type Pokemon or a Fighter, Empoleon will be able to get a second shield. If not, and this lands, it's going to be very close to taking it out. So we go ahead and go straight for the Shadow Ball. We get a shield, go straight into the Empoleon right here, and then we will likely see them swap out, and they do. They swap into a Fighter. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon. Again, Steel Fighting typing. Drill Peck's going to be neutral. Hydro Cannon's going to be neutral, so we go for the Hydro Cannon right here. We get 2 shields now. This is a beautiful setup for a Greninja sweep endgame. If you give Greninja 2 shields, it can do a lot of work against a whole team. You guys are going to see that today. So now, we obviously have to bring in the Golbat, and I am going to shield right here. Actually, no, I think I decide... Do I shield? No, I risk it and go for the no-shield. That could have been a Shadow Ball, which would have taken me out. But then I think I am going to go ahead and shield this next one. Yeah, I do shield the second one because I have to take out this Lucario with Golbat right here. So we are able to farm it down, which is beautiful. And I have to swap right away. I can't waste the energy on Golbat because I might need that Poison Fang if there's a Charmer in the back. And we do see that they have an Empoleon in the back. They bring in the Drifblim, so I'm going to go ahead and load up on energy. We can no-shield this. Shadow Ball, Icy Wind are both resisted. It is going to be Shadow Ball. It does a lot of damage, and that's okay. So we just got to build up a ton of energy because we are resisting Hex because of our Dark typing. So first Night Slash comes through. It's obviously going to take it out. And hopefully we can get to 2 Night Slashes versus the Empoleon right here. We already have 1, so we're just going to throw that right away. Hoping again to fish for that boost that we've been getting quite often. And that does quite a bit of neutral damage. No boost though, but that's fine. This should be quite enough damage. Plus I think we still have Poison Fang on the Golbat. So this Night Slash is going to get it extremely low. And we did get an attack boost right there at the end. But Golbat should come in and do 1 fast move. And that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Again, you guys are kind of seeing the strategy. Lead loss, swap out. Neutral lead, swap out unless you can get it. Force a shield. So right here, this is another one of those cases where we can force a shield, right? Shadow Ball is going to be doing super effective damage, and we want to throw that right away to either chunk the health or one-shot or get a shield. Shadow Ball as well really hurts. I decided to no shield right there because I think my shields should go to the Greninja sweep endgame. So we throw the Shadow Ball, and now we're going to go straight into the Empoleon right here and start ripping. They decide to bring in a Toxicroak, so again, we're going to be getting a shield right here with Drill Peck, and this is kind of how this team plays out. You're forcing shields from your opponents very, very early, so we do get the second shield as well, and they're going to go ahead and fully farm down. Now, this is where it's tough. I might actually need to double shield my Golbat because Toxicroak can do so much damage with counter to a Greninja that I might actually have to double shield. I'm hoping I can get to the Poison Fang in time and wing attacks do enough damage, but I definitely have to shield the first one. Please get to the Poison Fang. CMP tie, so I have to shield this right here. Greninja is not going to be able to take down the Toxicroak in time. When it comes to the amount of health, I know I'm going to need endgame. Now, we know there's Cofagrigus on the lead, which means we're already looking good there, but we don't know what that final Pokemon is going to be, and whatever it is, I have to swap out right away. Thank the Lord it's a Victini. Greninja, do your thing. We're going to go ahead and just throw a Surf right here. This is super effective damage because of that fire typing. It's going to one-shot. Here comes a boom. Takes out the Victini, and then we will see the Cofagrigus come in. And because Cofagrigus only has access to Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Psychic, we resist everything right here. It does a lot of damage, but at least we resist it, and we can go for the Night Slash for super effective damage. So again, the premise with this team, forcing shields early, Greninja sweep late game, and that is going to be a good battle, very well played. Alright, moving into this next one, we have Golbat on the lead versus Nidoqueen, Shadow Nidoqueen at that. I believe in this one I decide to stay in. I'm looking to go for the Shadow Ball to force that shield from my opponent, and they are just going to be going for Poison Fangs right away. It's resisted, and because we will be getting the debuff, I'm safe to swap out as well to clear that debuff, which is obviously going to be very nice for us. So I throw the Shadow Ball right away. This is going to one-shot the Nidoqueen, or we get a shield right here, both of which is good. Basically near one-shots, we come back in with the Empoleon and farm down. Need to save the Golbat in case they have something in the back, like a Shadow Victory Bell. There's always Pokemon in the back that usually can tank down or take out tanks. I thought maybe because of a Nidoqueen there might be a Shadow Machamp in the back potentially, but either way we are getting shields with Empoleon because we have Drill Peck. I'm okay with sacrificing it. Now we can come back in with Golbat right here. Shadow Victory Bell is doing all resisted damage, but I do need to shield this Leaf Blade. Even though it is resisted because of our poison and flying typing, it's still going to do too much damage, and I need to farm down because I don't know what that final Pokemon is. And if I'm reading this right, it's probably going to be a fighter or another grass. In this case, it's going to be a Wobbuffet. So a pseudo fighter because it has counter, but it does have the psychic typing. So we're just going to stay in this matchup right here and just go for a Poison Fang. I know Greninja can win this late game because of Night Slash, and what we're trying to do is hopefully get a shield from our opponent right here. So the Poison Fang does come through. We do get a shield. That's beautiful. I also want them to throw their energy. It's going to be the Mirror Coat right here. It does super effective damage. That's okay. Golbat has done his job in this game. It chunked the Nidoqueen, chunked the Wobbuffet, and took out the Victory Bell there. So we just go ahead and go for Night Slash, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. And if this was, say, a fighter in the back, like Machamp, we would have done basically the same thing. We would have just gone for Poison Fangs and just farmed, to basically rip them apart with Wing Attack. Alright, so we got Golbat versus Mandibuzz. Neutral matchup right here. So what I want to do is I should be swapping out right away. Again, I played this team. Some of these battles may have been from Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The more I played, the more I learned about the team. What I should be doing is basically swapping out right away because we're not really going to do too much. Now, they are going to throw their energy right here, which is fine. We're going to no-shield this. We have a debuff on them, and we're just going to now swap to the Empoleon, start getting ahead on energy. They're deciding to stay in a bit, but we do draw out that Toxicroak. Again, we could have done this right away with the swapping out at the beginning instead of going for Poison Fang, but hey, it's the same style right here. Now, they are going to fully farm me down. This is totally fine with me. Golbat can tank a few charge moves. Now, they might be going for Sludge Bomb here, which is going to do more resisted damage than the Mud Bombs would. So we'll have to see. Yeah, they decide to go for Sludge Bomb. That's going to get us quite low, so I'm going to have to be careful right here, and I'm just going to commit to the farm down. I am going to have to throw the Poison Fang right here. I wouldn't be able to switch in time by the time a fast move came through of Snarl. So I got to throw this right here. And then I need to swap into Greninja and get ahead on energy. Now, they decide to throw their charge move, so I'm actually going to risk it, and I think I no-shield right here, thinking this is going to be a foul play, which it is. It's resisted. It does a decent amount of health, and we have a Registeel now in the back. So it's great about this matchup. Surf is going to do a bit more damage than Night Slash, so I'm going to go for this first because they're probably going to no-shield, and I think it does a bit more damage. I actually haven't done the sim just from looking here, though. And now we're going to be going for Night Slashes because they're likely going to be shielding at this point. So we do get the first shield. That's fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and shield as well. Flash Cannon would basically take us out even though it's resisted. And then Focus Blast would obviously one-shot us. So Greninja, hopefully we can sweep this right here. We just got to get to the Surf. and we do get to it in time. This does enough neutral damage to take out the Registeel. If it doesn't, I'm considering doing a sack swap into Golbat, but it's just enough, and then we should be able to sweep this right here with a Surf versus the Mandibuzz. Obviously, have to shield the Aerial Ace right here, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. But again, drawing out that Toxicroak with Empoleon, forcing some shields there, and a Greninja sweep with a 2-to-1 shield with no direct hard counters in the back. Alright, moving into this next one, we have Golbat on the lead versus Obstagoon. Again, somewhat of a neutral matchup right here. But the thing is Obstagoon destroys our backline, so we can't necessarily swap into Empoleon, right? Or swap into Greninja. So we have to basically take out this Obstagoon with Golbat. Now, what's great about Golbat is the Poison Fangs do neutral damage here, and it's going to allow us to do more and more damage while we resist the counters. And we do get a shield as well. That's a very interesting shield on the lead. To be fair, this was in lower ranks. I think I was ranked 13 in this battle, probably back on Friday. But yeah, things are looking very, very good. The Obstagoon is low. This is fine by me. We're going to go ahead and no-shield the next Night Slash because they're not going to be able to counter us down in time, and we do see a swap into a Nidoqueen. So we're just going to come in and just rip with Empoleon right here. Waterfalls do so much damage, and I know we can get a shield on the back end, so I'm going to go ahead and shield myself. It is the Earth Power as well, which is beautiful. So we're just going to commit to that farm down. Now we have Hydro Cannon for the Obstagoon, but we don't know what the final Pokemon is going to be. So we're just going to throw that Hydro Cannon right here. This is probably going to force the final shield from our opponent, which gives a bigger win con late game for Greninja as well. And they're going to have to throw energy, but I do get to the Hydro Cannon in time. This is amazing for us. They have no shields. Obstagoon is gone, which means Greninja has free reign. We'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be. It's going to be a Pidgeot. So this is definitely going to be a tough one. Pidgeot has the opportunity here with Feather Dance, and I'm hoping I can actually potentially do a sack swap as well. So we're going to have to see how much damage we can do with Surf. Obviously need to shield this first one, and coming in with Greninja right here is also beneficial because I can clear that debuff of Feather Dance. So I'm going to go ahead and load up and then go for a Surf right here. And then I think I try to swap into Golbat to clear this debuff because I already have a Night Slash. So I clear the debuff and they're going to have to throw energy. Otherwise, I take them out, which is very nice. A good game to my opponent right there. But I had enough energy there for a Surf and a Night Slash that way. If Golbat did go down, I could win potentially CMP tie there. So now we have Pidgeot on the lead. Again, reading this is a neutral matchup, so I'm going to go into Empoleon right here. We'll have to see what we draw out. Now they're staying in, which tells me, you know what, maybe the back line is weak. Maybe there's a Nidoqueen in the back. Maybe there's a Drapion in the back, something that we can have a nice matchup against. But they decide to swap out, and they bring in a Meganium. So red wrong, and I can't get to the Dropek in time, but we got the results that we wanted, right? Our goal with Empoleon on the safe swap is to get shield advantage, and we did that by getting it from Pidgeot. Now, we have to come back in with Golbat right here. And against Meganium, it's a very nice matchup because Earthquake is resisted and Frenzy Plant is resisted. We're also going to throw this Poison Fang right away so that I can actually farm them down in time. And they decided to shield again. That is huge. This also tells me that maybe they're running something double weak in the back to Golbat. So again, reading another Grass or reading another Fighter. Or reading a fighter, not another fighter. So we're just going to go ahead and let these charge moves go through. And then I'm going to look to swap into Greninja right away. So we're going to go ahead and just farm down. Now they swap into Pidgeot right here. So again, I'm reading, you know what, I think they have double grass in the back or they have a fighter grass. So I'm going to swap out into Greninja and keep my Golbat alive. And then look to farm down with Greninja right here. I will have to give up a shield for the Feather Dance or Brave Bird, probably the Feather Dance. And then hopefully bubble down right here so that way we have quite a bit of energy versus whatever comes in. Now, I lost the CMP tie right there. I think I was a turn behind, maybe 2 turns behind because of the energy coming back when they already clicked on the charge move. But thankfully, it didn't go through, so that's fine by me. We will see probably Meganium come in, which it does. We can throw this Night Slash right here for neutral damage, and then we'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be. So Night Slash takes it out. final Pokemon, and we get the boost, is going to be a Victory Bell, Shadow Victory Bell at that. So again, reading that Golbat might be able to win is very beneficial for us. We come back into this matchup, we're just going to go ahead and throw the Poison Fang right here for the neutral damage, and then Wing Attack should be enough to farm down, and that is going to be a good game, very well played to my opponent. But again, I'm saying this all video so you guys can understand how this team plays. If you lose a lead or it's neutral, you want to go into the Empoleon. Win lead, however, you want a hard cover. And we have Hypno right here. Now, the Hypno versus Greninja matchup is very interesting. Firstly, it relies on them needing to have either Focus Blast or Thunder Punch. The most likely scenario is going to be Thunder Punch. And it also relies on us probably having to double shield right here. And I make a mistake, and we're going to see that right here. So I'm just going to throw Night Slashes. Obviously, it does super effective damage. We're going to go ahead and go for another one, but they snuck into Confusion right there, which is unfortunate for us because we didn't get any energy. We do get a shield. Now, I will have to double shield right here. But what's important about the Greninja versus Hypno matchup is you can't farm down necessarily. So I try to risk it and farm down, and I get the bubble through, but they get the charge move. So we are going to go down to Thunder Punch, which is unfortunate. I had well beyond Night Slash right there that I could have at least thrown to get the second shield. So we're going to come in with Empoleon now to see what they have in the back, and they decide to bring in a Wigglytuff. This tells me that they are extremely weak to Empoleon in the back, and I also get a ton of lag right here. So we're just going to load up on energy. Once I get 2 Hydro Cannons, I'm going to go ahead and throw the first one. And then I'm going to swap into my Golbat, right? Start getting ahead on energy, apply Poison Fang debuffs. But they actually swap into Diggersby, which is fine by me. I can land a free Hydro Pump right here. The Wigglytuff doesn't have enough energy necessarily for the Ice Beam, so I'm going to swap into the Golbat now because Earthquake is resisted and Fire Punches won't do enough damage to take me out. And I can fully farm down and have Poison Fangs locked and loaded for the Wigglytuff. So even though we lost that mid-game from just a miscalculation based on how much damage I can do to the energy that they're getting, we still close out very, very well with Empoleon and Golbat. So they decide to surrender right there, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. All right, moving into this next one, we have Golbat on the lead versus Greedent. Okay, so another neutral matchup right here. I should be swapping right away. And as you saw in the earlier videos, I swapped right away. These are my earlier The earlier battles in this video were me swapping out right away because they were later battles in my sets. But right here, we're just going to go ahead and go for the Poison Fang, and then I'm going to swap into the Empoleon. Basically, same situation right here, but I don't swap just yet. So I go ahead and swap now. So just a super late swap, really no need to do it that late because now they have a lot of energy that they can dump into my Empoleon right here. So I'm actually going to have to shield the next crunch. Even though Empoleon can survive, I have way too much energy on Empoleon to just go down super low without being able to expel the energy. Now, I do a misclick right here. Obviously, against Beedrill, you want to go for Drill Peck, but they're going to shield either way, and it's the same energy move. Go for Drill Pecks against Beedrills, everyone. I just made a misplay. So hopefully I can get to this one in time, but I can't. So they are going for the charge move, and I think this is actually going to be a Drill Run, which does take us out. Boom. Takes us down, but we can come in with Golbat right here and really farm up for a lot of energy. And hopefully we can sweep with Greninja at the end. So now I decide to go for Poison Fang once I have 2, but I threw it right when they threw their energy, which is unfortunate for me. These CMP ties that I lose when I could have actually just committed to the farm down are rough when it comes to the energy management on a Golbat. So right there, I should have just committed to the farm down and let myself get hit. Now I'm going to also swap into Greedent right away, but there's a Cofagrigus in the back. This is very, very nice for us. Obviously, we saw this matchup earlier and how much damage Night Slash can do. Greninja's got this. It's very nice. So we go ahead and let that one go. That's beautiful. We also know how much damage Shadow Ball does. It does a good chunk. It's honestly a lot, so I'm going to have to shield right here. But I think because of the energy gain from Bubbles and the damage that I put out right here, we should be able to win the race to basically our 3rd Night Slash, or they're going to let this go. So they decide to shield, and I think we can get to the next Night Slash in time, which we do. This is going to take out the Cofagrigus, and then the, whatever that first Pokemon was, the Greedent right there is going to go down to Bubbles, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. that was the final battle. So this team was a ton of fun to use. Being able to use Greninja in the Remix Cup to a successful rate and have a ton of fun with a great strategy of accessible Pokemon like Golbat and Polion was awesome. So shout out to Zerfelros. Thank you for sharing this team with us, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.